if you want to know the ABC of an express entry system for Canadian immigration, then this is the video that you must be watching, because we are discussing the express entry brief overview for you to know and to decide whether you want to immigrate to Canada under the express entry system or not. Guys, my name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and be tuned till the end of this video. So guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I practice immigration here inside Canada. My office is in Ontario, and you can reach out to me through my contact details in the description box right now or on the screen, and I can get back to you. Please drop in a line through a WhatsApp message or a call and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Guys, before we start this video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the like button so that you get an update and a notification every time we release a new video on Canadian immigration. We talk about Canadian immigration, the program delivery updates, the new updates sent out by IRCC, and some vlogs as well. So if you want some information about that, then you should be subscribed to the channel right now. So guys, let's just get back to the topic of today's discussion, which is express entry system for Canadian immigration. And if you have no idea, then you will get some idea today. Guys, first of all, what is actually an express entry system? It is an online system which is used to manage applications for permanent residents from skilled workers who are located inside or outside Canada. Guys, this is the basic definition and the basic idea that you must know. It is an online system. A couple of years ago, Canada moved away from the economic classes, the express entry, the paper based, and they still accept paper based, but then they made this another express entry, which is sort of a pre-qualifying system for a lot of applicants, and this is a more quicker way and easier way of immigrating to Canada. Guys, the express entry forms an important part of the economic classes, which brings in skilled workers from across the globe to settle inside Canada as permanent residents. Guys, the express entry takes care of three broad categories of applications. The first is the federal skilled worker, second is the federal skilled trades, and the third is the Canadian experience class. So I will give you a brief overview of these three categories and how they work. Now, the federal skilled worker is for people who are working in a certain category of jobs, and how we say in Canada is a NOC or NOC category 0, A or B. So if you are working in any of these three categories of jobs, so essentially, which means if you are working under any managerial capacity, so for example an assistant manager, a supervisor, or a manager, a senior manager, then you could be working in under one of the NOC 0, A or B, and you could look at the FSW, which is the federal skilled worker category of express entry. The second category that we have today is the federal skilled trades category. Now, they also take into account any supervisors and managers, but specifically for people who are working in the trades. Now, by the trades, we actually mean people like chefs, butchers, cooks, people who are working in the technical like operators, and people who are working in agriculture fields. So all of these people who are working in the trades, electricals, people in electrical trade, then the FST category is meant for you. Guys, the last and final is the Canadian experience class. So all the people who have gained experience inside Canada, whether you came to Canada as a student or you came to Canada as a worker, and you gained a year of experience, minimum 1 year of experience inside Canada, then Canadian experience class is the category where you can be applying under. Guys, this is the broad category classification of express entry, but overall sort of the basic assessment that happens under express entry is based on 7 particular categories. First is your nationality, second is your age, third is your language, fourth is your education, fifth is your work experience, then is your family member, and your job offer. So under these 7 categories, and basically the 6 main, leaving apart the nationality, the 6 selection factors basically talk about these, and the immigration system, the express entry system. sort of first settles your eligibility under these 6 selection factors and says whether you are eligible to apply for express entry or not. Okay, now after the eligibility is calculated, your profile gets certain number of CRS points under the express entry system. So what happens is you get certain, so let's say you are so I can tell you about my profile. So I was 29 when I was applying. I was a master's degree holder, and my wife was also master's degree holder. I had a good CLB score, basically language score, and good work experience. So I got certain number of points and I was placed in the express entry pool. So happens with you that your age, education, and all of those 6 factors that I just told you, you get certain CRS points. Okay, you are placed into a pool of candidates where can be hundreds and hundred thousands of candidates sitting in that pool. Now what happens is every now and then, usually after every 15 days, but due to COVID also, but due to otherwise also, there is no fixed timeline, but every now and then IRCC will hold draws, express entry draws. In that particular draw, they will issue a cutoff. Okay, that draw will say that people above, say, 450, people above 470 are invited to apply for permanent residence. Okay, now if your CRS score is above that cutoff, you will get an invitation and you will send your application within 60 days to IRCC. You will submit that online only in the express entry system, and your assessment will start. Within a period, average timeline of 6 to 8 months, you will get your PR. But the background assessment is very, very important. They will check all your inadmissibilities, right? So for example, your medical inadmissibility, your criminality, your background, your terrorism, anything. So one thing you need to know, that whenever you were making your express entry profile, if you told them everything good and correct, then you will be invited for a permanent residence under that particular category, which you already received, but then your file will be assessed and thoroughly sent forward. You had no medical inadmissibilities, you had no criminalities and no issues, and your documents were correct, valid, legal. Then your PR is processed, and you are given a confirmation of PR, your COPR, and then you land inside Canada as a permanent resident. There is a short interview that happens at the border when you land at the border for the first time as a PR, but then that's a very quick short assessment or an interview that happens, which essentially needs to check your document and you in person and the validity of all of those. So the officer can ask you anything, but it's a sort of a short landing that happens at the Canadian borders. So guys, this is all how the express entry looks and shapes out. If you think you have the right age, language, education, work experience, maybe a family member, if not a family member, then maybe a job or not a job, then you could be eligible under one of the 3 categories of express entry. Guys, I hope this video explains or at least gives you a brief, fair idea of how express entry works. If you need more details, if you need more assessment or options, then feel free to reach out to us. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. My details are there in the description box or on the screen right now. Please feel free to drop in a line and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Hope to see you soon in Canada, and all the best.